4, 3, 2, 1, and 0, and liftoff.
The Evolution of Calpurnia Tate is a Newbery honor book that's one of my favorites. Girls, can you imagine being one girl in a family with 6 brothers? Well, that's what life is like for young Calpurnia Tate. She lives on a ranch in Texas in the late 1800s, and she's full of lots of ideas about what she wants to be when she grows up. Her mother thinks she should learn to sew and cook, and Calpurnia is willing to try those things, but she really wants to be a scientist. She and her grandfather spend lots of time observing and exploring nature, and she keeps a journal. In fact, they make a discovery of a plant that no one has ever found before. Do you wonder what it would be like to live back in that time? This is a great book for those of you that want to be something a little different. It's called The Evolution of Calpurnia Tate.
Students, do you like quirky, fun stories, interesting characters, delightful and dangerous situations? If so, you will love A Whole Nother Story. There's 3 relatively odor-free children. There's villains, there's car chases, there's all kinds of cool things that are going to happen in this book. So if you like quirkiness, if you like lots of fun, you will love A Whole Nother Story.
This book is called William S. and the Great Escape. William S. Baggett grows up during the Great Depression, a time when things are hard for everyone. He and his family have it very hard, though, because his family is very poor. William has been saving all the money he could get his hands on, pennies that he could find, nickels, dimes, and even some quarters for his escape fund. He is planning to escape, to run away from home and go and join his aunt off the coast of California. Well, one day his family has done too much. His older brothers flushed his younger sister's guinea pig down the toilet. William and his sister Jancy and their 2 younger siblings decide that they are going to run away to join their aunt. Will their family catch them? Gotta find out in William S. and the Great Escape.
When You Reach Me by Rebecca Stead was the 2010 Newbery Award winner. That means it was judged to be the best book put out for children in 2010. This is the story of a girl named Miranda who lives with her mother, who is a lawyer. Her mother does a lot of work to help folks who need help but can't afford it. Miranda has a best friend, a boy named Sal, and they walk to school together. In fact, their apartments are right next to each other. One day, however, Sal decides he really doesn't want to be Miranda's friend anymore. Miranda's a little nervous to walk back and forth to school by herself because there's a very unusual man who often hangs around near her apartment. He laughs a lot and says strange words that she doesn't understand. Can Miranda figure out what this man is doing there and how he is related to Sal and her other friend Marcus? If you want a book that involves time travel and mystery, you'll want to read When You Reach Me.
Camille McPhee, Fell Under the Bus, is a great new book by a new author. This is the first time that Kristen Tracy has had a book published, and boy, she's done a great job. Camille is in elementary school, and Camille has low blood sugar. She has to take food to eat during break time, and to make things worse, she just fell under the bus. She had a brand new white coat on, and it is a mess. Boy, is she lucky that that bus didn't roll over her. What is Camille going to do? She wants to be friends with everybody, and she wants to be a part of everything. Her best friend Sally has moved to Japan, and even her cat is lost. Can Camille stay hopeful about everything? Well, if you love a hopeful story with quirky, fun things that happen to Camille, you will love Camille McPhee Fell Under the Bus.
This book is called Nerds, the National Espionage Rescue and Defense Society. Life changes for Jackson Jones when he gets braces. He's no longer the popular multi-sport star that he was. Now he has time to look around and realize that there are a lot of people who he made feel kind of bad, the people who he picked on. They're the nerds in his school. Well, it turns out that these nerds have special abilities, and his braces have given him one too, because his braces are magnetic. Jackson joins with the other nerds to try and stop evil villains from taking over the world. This book is hilarious and full of adventure and action. If you want to pick up a book and not put it down until it's over, pick up Nerds.
The Small Adventure of Popeye and Elvis by Barbara O'Connor is a wonderful story of a boy named Popeye who lives in a small town in South Carolina. It's summertime and things are pretty boring around his place until one day he sees that an RV has been stuck in the mud in the road near his house. A very interesting family is traveling in this RV, and they have a son named Elvis who is just the age of Popeye. The two boys decide to have a great adventure. In the creek near Popeye's house, small boats made out of the boxes that Yoo-Hoo chocolate drink comes in begin coming down the creek. There are little messages stuck inside the boats. Elvis and Popeye decide they're going to find out what the messages mean and who might be sending these Yoo-Hoo boats down the creek. A funny book I know you'll love. The Small Adventure of Popeye and Elvis.
This book is called The Shadow Project. It's about a young boy named Danny Lipman. Danny is from London. He's what's known as a street urchin. He's homeless, and he's also a thief. One day he breaks into this small country house and stumbles upon a secret CIA MI6 government operation. He's captured, but instead of throwing him in jail, they test Danny, and they find out that he has some psychic abilities. Danny is thrown into a program that does out-of-body experiences, trying to find the wrath of God, a secret organization that is out to hurt other people. They're a terrorist group. Danny has to rescue a CIA operative known as Opal. If he rescues her, can he stop the wrath of God and save the world? If you're a fan of Alex Rider or other thriller series, you're going to love The Shadow Project.
Boys and Girls, The $1 Million Throw is one of my favorite new books on the spring collection. This is a story about two 13-year-olds, Nate and Abby. Nate is the star quarterback on his middle school team, and Abby is a budding artist, and they've been best friends for a long time. Nate's family's been going through some tough times lately. His father has lost his job, and Nate is a little bit concerned about whether or not they're going to lose their house. Nate gets a really great opportunity. He wins a lottery that he is going to get a chance to throw the football 30 yards through a little small target, and if he makes the target, he will win $1 million. Boy, Nate really wants to win that money. It would be so helpful to his family. Well, that starts impacting his play because all of a sudden he's feeling a lot of pressure. His idol is Tom Brady, and he starts thinking, what would Tom do in a circumstance like this? Abby, on the other hand, is a very good friend. She's having some problems of her own also. She's got a very rare eye disease that's causing her to go blind. Can these two friends figure out how they each handle such grown-up kinds of pressures? Like I said, Nate really wants to win this money for his family, but it's getting so nervous he's just not doing well at all. Can they come through? Can Nate win the money? And what about Abby? What's going to happen to her eyesight? Is there anything that Nate can do to help Abby? Well, if you like football and you like a great story, you will love $1 Million Throw.